Hey guys, welcome back to the Pausing Porn podcast. I'm Mark, and this is day 3 of the 7-day micro series. Each day, I'm sharing short, practical information to support your recovery. Let's begin. During my recovery, guys, I would wonder this same question all of the time, especially when things got tough. Is recovery from porn addiction even possible? And it makes sense. When you look around in recovery communities at all these posts on relapse, shame, people looking to give up, it makes it much more difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. In this episode, I'm going to answer this question directly, giving you my proof as to why it is possible to recover from your porn addiction. Okay, first let's start with what science tells us. Research in addiction neuroscience shows the brain is highly plastic. So, what does this mean? This means neural pathways created through repeated porn use can weaken and new, healthier pathways can be built. I'll give you guys a bit of an example to explain this clearer. When you're deep in a porn addiction, your brain's reward system is firing along these same neural circuits over and over again. You can think of this like a highway. It's fast, it's instant, it brings you from point A to B in the fastest point possible. And you don't even have to think about it. Sometimes it's like a snap of a finger. You get a trigger, and boom, before you know it, you're already watching porn again. The thing is, these highways don't just appear overnight, they're not just built overnight. They are built through repetition. From the time you started watching porn, every time you chose porn to relieve yourself of stress, loneliness, or just out of habit, you were paving this road to be even smoother and also cutting off the other roads, which were your healthier habits, making the highway the only choice. Recovery is different. Recovery is choosing to take the exit off this highway and go back down these back roads that you used to go on. They are going to be bumpier. They're going to take much longer to get to your destination, but they are also the right path for gaining a life free from porn. This may be choosing exercise instead of watching porn, sitting through an urge, hanging out with your friends and getting out of isolation. These are the back roads. In the beginning, it's not going to feel as nice as taking the highway. The highway, you could go pedal to the metal. The dopamine is rushing in and flying. That's why you chose the highway this whole time. But recovery is choosing the back roads regardless of how you feel because that's what you want in your life. And just as the highway got paved over time to become smoother and you go faster down it, the same thing happens when you choose to take the back roads. You're able to build more back roads to get to your destination. And every time you choose not to use that highway, the grass starts growing on it. There's cracks on the highway. There's potholes that don't get paved over. In short, it's not as easy to go down that highway anymore. And why would you even choose in the first place when you have tons of different back roads that are beautiful to drive down and they also get you to the same destination in probably even a shorter time? Eventually, these back roads start to feel like the new normal, and that's exactly how your brain rewires itself for a lasting recovery. Now, aside from what science says, I also want to answer, is it possible to recover from porn addiction? Yes, it is completely possible. And the reason why I say this is my personal lived experience. Guys, I want you to know I didn't go from someone that was simply just watching porn occasionally and they wanted to quit. That was not my life. If that was the case, I probably wouldn't have made this podcast because I wouldn't feel passionate about it. I'll give you guys an example from the person that I used to be. I remember years ago in my recovery, this was early. Like I've had a long history with pornography in my life, but I only recognized this was an addiction. It was around 2019 or 2020. And I remember it hit me like a slap in the face because my behavior escalated so much that year. And what was such a huge slap in the face to me is there was a period of time I would call in work frequently and I would binge porn all day. Guys, I don't say all day metaphorically. I remember one specific day I watched it 13 hours straight. The only time I stopped is when I went to the washroom and then I would come back. Now, I'm telling you guys this not because I'm proud of it. Not even close. I don't think anyone would be proud of that. but I'm also not ashamed of it. The reason why I'm telling you guys this is because if I could do it, that was my behavior. That's what I used to do. That was my old norm. And now I live a life free from porn. I know you guys can do it because this porn addiction I had wasn't just a bad habit. It wasn't just occasionally I would watch porn every 3 weeks and I wanted to stop. No, this was daily binges for hours upon hours with escalating behavior that I felt absolutely powerless in. And I know if I went from that low point to where I am today, I know you guys can do the same. That is it for today's episode. Catch us tomorrow with episode 4 of the 7-day micro series. And please, if you guys benefited from this episode, please give us a rating and share this with someone that needs to hear it. All right, guys. See ya. Have a good night.